Well, good morning. It is day number 9. The water is smooth as glass.
Check out that view.
Check out that view. We are in the process of packing up to get out of here today, but there's service berries up here. I've been looking at them all week long. And we want to pull some of them down, try to get to them. And the big question is, how can I reach these service berries? They're up there. So the answer is right beneath my feet. Look at this stick. It's got a natural hook on it. I'm going to reach up and hopefully pull some of those service berries down till I can get a grasp on the branch. And look at this. These things are plump and they're just falling into my hand. Look at that, service berries. Just right quick. You want some?
Yeah.
You want a couple?
Yeah. I think they're a little high for me to reach.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, yummy.
These are yummy. Oh, they're sweet.
Look at those. Breakfast.
Quick little snack before we go. These are absolutely delicious. And they're ready because they're just falling off easily. They're rolling. And then when I'm done, I just let the branch go back up. And look at that. In a short amount of time. Yeah, check those out. There's a couple of red ones. The red ones they're still good. They're just not quite ready. You want a few more? Because I'm going to put these in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Service berries. Wow. Those are good. Those sweet. So that's what we're doing right now. Back to packing, and we're out of here. We're in our kayaks and we're getting ready to get out of here. It's kind of bittersweet. The funny thing is, the water was clear as glass, and the second we get in our kayaks, the wind starts. But we are on the water and we're leaving. So hard leaving this beautiful place, but
yeah, it was the most serene, beautiful, peaceful. This morning I was hearing the eagles chirping and they were all talking. There's a family of them up near close to us.
Yep.
And just a few seconds ago I heard the grouse thumping. So it's mating season for the grouse even. It's just beautiful. I even saw deer this morning on the beach.
It's crazy. It's been beautiful, but we're heading south now, continuing our journey. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Here we go. We're out of here. Goodbye. We love you, and we'll come back and see you again. Here we go on our journey, heading south. Look at that poor woofer. She went to take a nap. You can't even hardly tell that she's in the kayak. That's pretty cool. So off in the distance, you can see that bridge over there. That bridge is where the Kettle River comes into the Columbia River. So that's the Kettle Bridge over there. And then if we come over here and you look straight ahead, there's the big bridge that goes across. That's what we're aiming for. And to the left of that big bridge is a place called Kettle Falls. So our objective is to be at the left side of that bridge. That's where we're heading. So on this section of the paddle, I'm noticing a lot of driftwood out in the water in this main Roosevelt Lake area of the Columbia River. So my thoughts are, boats should be careful on this area. If they hit a piece of that stuff, they'll lose the prop. And this is a small piece right here in front of me. There's some large like logs that we've seen in this section. Lots of driftwood. Big stuff. This is tiny. Big stuff like trees like 8 inches in diameter. It's pretty crazy. Boats should be careful. As we look up in the sky, you can see there's a lot of cloud seeding going on today. There's one right there actively cloud seeding as I film this, and there's a bunch of trails up ahead. It just makes you wonder why did they do that? It's crazy. Bunch of cloud seeding happening. So I don't know if the camera's picking this up or not, but we just saw a bald eagle swoop down. He picked up what looks like a fish, and he's eating it in this tree right now. Beautiful, beautiful bird. I hope the camera's picking this up. I wish I had an ability to zoom, because this is magnificent watching this happen right now. He's eaten a fish, like the whole thing. What a beautiful sight. I don't think I've ever in my lifetime got to witness a bald eagle eating a fish. So that's why I'm so excited about it. That is just majestic as hell. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So way off in the distance, that's where we left this morning. And now as we come around, we should very shortly see the bridge for Kettle Falls. So it should be right around this corner. We just stopped for a water break and potty break and stuff like that. Got a little snack in, and now we're coming around this little point, and we should see the bridge. We're getting closer. So from here, we're gonna head straight towards that lighthouse building so that we can be on the left side of the river. So we'll be on the east side of the river. That is our next goal. Now back behind us over here where I'm pointing, I think that's like a little creek that feeds in to the river. And then looking ahead, this looks almost like volcanic rock. It's really cool. Beautiful, beautiful day for a paddle on the river. You can see up above the clouds are moving fairly quickly. I thought that was interesting, those massive boulders right up there by that piece of mullein sticking up. You can see the power line. There's a road right there. So it's pretty cool. I'm just loving these rocks. And I thought they were volcanic, but they're not. There's something different. And that one looks like it has a vein of quartz or something in it. It's just really, really pretty. These boulders are really cool. There's lots of places too that we're noticing where you could set up camp if you wanted to. So there's lots of little beaches and little areas that could be really useful. Look at these massive boulders. Birch bark floating over there. The woofer's loving it. There's a fish, couple fish right underneath me. Right here. So here's a tree that washed up. And I'm guessing that at some point that was floating the river. And they might have had the idea that that was at one point possibly gonna be a power pole. And then underneath it, the one floating, I'm guessing that that one was probably headed to the mill to mill into lumber. So here we're taking a look at that rock a little closer, and you can see that beautiful quartz vein in the rock. Look at that. That is so cool. We're getting closer to that bridge. The water's really deep right here, and these rocks right here would be a perfect diving rock. So if you were into a little bit of diving, it looks pretty safe right here. Okay, we're looking off in the distance and we see two vehicles, and there's two coolers. There's a big red cooler and a small red cooler. And I think that I'm stealthy enough. And I think Jean's stealthy enough. You see, the food is in the big cooler, and the drinks and all the whiskey and the alcohol and the booze and everything, it's in the small cooler. So we're gonna stop and we're gonna go in and raid those coolers. I'll get the big one, you get the small one, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna get it done. When you guys see us again, we're gonna have two big red coolers. And the steaks will be cooked on the coals tonight by sundown. And all the beers and whiskey will be drank by tonight.
Nah, just kidding.
Just kidding. There's a nice little pontoon boat. And I was wrong. That red and white is not a lighthouse. It's a power line thing for the electrical wires. There's another one over here, right over my shoulder. Hopefully the camera's showing it. And this bridge that we've been looking at for the last few days is actually two bridges. There's a railroad bridge, and then there's a bridge for cars. And if we look over here, you can see what looks like where that boat is. It looks like there's a rope or something hanging from the bridge. And this area where we are right now, and I'm not sure the exact location, but we are at Kettle Falls. And from what I understand, there used to be, or still is, a little area, and when they lower the water level down, it creates the Kettle Falls right in this area somewhere. Now, Jean and I were talking about it earlier, and she said she's only seen it where the water was falling over that maybe once in her lifetime. Now, another thing that I want to point out is this green structure that we see off in the distance. That's the pulp mill. What that does is when they cut all the lumber and stuff in this area, they take the sawdust, the cuttings and all that, and they use it to create electricity. So that's a power plant that produces all the electricity for this whole area. Now there's one more thing that I want to point out, and that's where we came from. So if you look all the way as far as the eye can see, at the bottom, that is where we came from. So at this point where we are right now, we've traveled between 6 and 7 miles to get to here, to get to this bridge. Now I saw on the map where it said 6.3, and then I saw another one where it said 6.8. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say, yeah, we probably did 6.5 miles or more. It's hard to say when you're out here on the boats, on the kayaks. We did see 2 kayaks the other day, but they were only going from a property over to what they call Summer Island. And one of them was a beer cooler, you know, it was carrying all their beer. So they weren't really kayaking, they were just going across to this little island area, taking their beer, 2 guys. And just now we saw 3 more kayaks. There's one over here somewhere, a blue one. He was over here somewhere, right over here. He's fishing. And then there was 2 more somewhere behind me. So we've only seen just those 5 kayaks, but we haven't seen any kayakers, any people that are actually traveling the river. No canoes, No kayakers, nothing, other than people that come in their vehicle and they pull up to a spot and then they throw the kayaks in the water. So we're getting close to the bridge, and I'll check in again when we get a little closer, and we'll take a look at what that line is, the rope or whatever it is, and we'll take a look at the bridges a little closer. What a beautiful day to be out here kayaking with my sweetheart. This is a beautiful place. It's such a mind-blowing experience. You get to see all of nature, all the wildlife. You get to hear the eagles screaming or chattering. It's just beautiful. What a gift. These boats are coming through here just hauling ass, and they don't even care that they're waking out people. No respect. Like, they can't slow down and then resume speed once they get past us. Some of these boats are wake boats, and they create a lot of waves, and because I'm towing a kayak, every time I try to face the waves like this, the kayak pulls me and it makes me go broadside of them or parallel to them. Plus, we got Jean over here in her kayak with the dog. So it just creates kind of a dangerous situation. Now we're looking at the bridge. We got the one closest to us. This is the railroad bridge, and then the farther one is the traffic bridge. Look at these massive concrete pillars that they built for this. This is really cool. And that line that we're looking at, I think that's a power line, because I see the knob and tube up there. I see the insulators up there. So I think that's an electrical line. Now take a look at these bridges. Wow, this is powerful. Pretty cool. Now here comes the wake from that first boat. This guy, at least he's being a little cooler. He's showing some respect. Not too bad. So just now I was so focused on filming this guy in the boat that the blue kayak went to one side of this pillar and I was drifting to the other side of the pillar, and Jean had to tell me, hey, you're about to get caught up. So I had to back paddle and get off of that pillar. Right now I'm noticing that there is a decent flow of water underneath this railroad bridge. This is kind of cool. There's that power line. I think it's a power line that we're looking at. It looks like a rope. Pretty interesting. But gosh, what a beautiful kayaking trip. This is absolutely amazing. Here she comes. Coming in for a landing with the woofer dog. I think we did somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 miles today, because we're a little ways away from the bridge. Good girl. Are you a good girl? How do you feel? You want me to pull you in?
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, you did wonderful. What's the deal with this little toggle here?
Oh, my sweetheart made me the coolest toggle for my kayak. I love it.
Made out of, what was that? Maple, I think.
That one's maple, yeah. Tired.
It feels good to be off of the kayaks. We had a good day. It was a hard day. Not hard like the day before the beach. It was a good day. The water was pretty calm. Started a little difficult, but it got easier. I think, yeah, if you look at the bridge, the distance we are from the bridge,
wow,
I'm thinking we did at least 7 miles.
Yeah, at least.
So we're here. So I think our hammocks can go up here somewhere. Plenty of wood, chairs to sit on. I think we picked a good spot. And look at all the beautiful granite rock. Again, we can rock hound. Look at this. Some of this stuff is just so beautiful. what gets me is all the different colors that we see. Different colors. It's crazy. Oh, there's something floating in the water. I wish people would pick up their trash. But wait, folks. It's not trash. We've actually got the crawdad trap set. This is a float connected to the crawdad trap, so we keep it. And because this is a brand new trap, we had to weight it down to the bottom of the water with those rocks. So our hopes are that the crawdads will crawl up in there and go for the bait. We're gonna let it sit and we'll see what we got. Hopefully we'll have something in there in the morning. I'm really curious how this is gonna do. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to the crawdad trap is this is just the first day that we've set it. Day 10 will be tomorrow, so we're only a third into this journey. So if it strikes out tomorrow or tonight, we still have 20 more days to test that puppy, and I'm pretty confident that we'll have something in the trap before this challenge is over. So there's a look at our camping spot for tonight. That is pointed to the east. And then if we turn around, there's the Still Bridge off in the distance. There's the crawdad trap. Here's our kayaks. We have the mountains to the west. The sun's gonna actually go down here. So in the morning, we'll have the east coverage with all these trees. So we won't have a lot of sun in the morning. That's gonna be beautiful. Over here, we're seeing a lot of Oregon grapes. Look at these guys. So these are wonderful. You want them when they're this blue color. Look for the leaves that look like they're wet or shiny leaves, and take a closer look at that leaf pattern. But these things are kind of tart tasting. They're not bad. I like them. I put them in my mouth and they have a couple seeds in them. And I spit the seeds out. So I get the nutrients from the grapes, and then I spit the seeds out. Over here, you see some more Oregon grapes, but these are not ready yet. You want these blue ones that are pretty. Over here by my hammock, earlier I noticed there was some more that were really green. Right here, see, those aren't even close to being ready, but look at that leaf pattern. That's what you're looking for Oregon grapes. I think it's beautiful that all this stuff is so abundant in this area. Got a whole handful. These ones are not ready. So there's some more in abundance, but they're not even close to being ready. That's what the leaves look like. This whole area where we are is just nothing but Oregon grapes. Look at all these right here, and then they come off so easily. You just gently pull and you can get easily a handful. So harvesting them is not hard.
In the early spring, when the brand new leaves are just starting and they're about this big, you can pick them and eat them because they're still really soft and tender, and they have a really strong, like, lemony type flavor, and they're edible.
Wow. Thank you. That's
You're
amazing.
welcome.
Look at behind your ham. I mean, they're just everywhere. The leaves, to me, they look like they're greasy or oily or something. So I'm starting to learn how to spot these. I didn't know about these until this trip. Jean has taught me about a lot of the plants in this area. So now I can add Oregon grapes to the list of things that I'm learning about. It's pretty cool. Well, folks, you got me hiding in my hammock. It was a wonderful day and we got a lot of great progress. Saw some cool things today. This site that we chose for camping for the night is an amazing spot, but it is by far the worst mosquitoes I think either of us has ever seen in our life. That's no exaggeration. We had to put long clothes on just to cook dinner. We had to be literally in the smoke from the campfire to keep these things off of us. I had to go to the bathroom, so I'm out there trying to do my bathroom duties, and a swarm of about 100 was just going all around me trying to get me. I had to swing my shema around and stuff just to keep them off of me. It's been crazy. I'm not exaggerating. I've never seen mosquitoes this bad. The only place sorry, dropped the camera there. The only place that has been safe is in the hammocks with our top flipped over. It's crazy. But today was fantastic given the circumstances with the mosquitoes. But day number 9 is officially in the books. I can't wait till tomorrow. We are probably going to get out of here. I don't know what it is, but these mosquitoes are relentless here. It's crazy. So I love you all, and we will see you tomorrow. It will be day 10. We'll be 1/3 into this journey. I can't wait. We'll see y'all in the morning.